Here is a strange little secret from inside the medical world. The gadgets you see all over your feed, the ones promising to track your health from your wrist, are very often the exact gadgets the specialists themselves do not bother with. Walk into a cardiologist's home and you will not find a smartwatch measuring blood pressure. Walk into a sleep doctor's bedroom and you will not find them losing sleep over a recovery score. The pros quietly use something simpler, cheaper, and actually validated, while the rest of us pay a premium for a number that sounds scientific and often is not. So today, I am doing two things at once: the 7 health tech gadgets that smart shoppers skip, and exactly what the specialists reach for instead. One quick note before we start. This is consumer information, not medical advice, and if you have a real health concern, your doctor comes first. Always. The whole game comes down to a single word: validated. A gadget can flash a confident number at you all day long. The question every specialist asks is whether that number has been proven accurate against the real thing. Most of these never have been. Let's count them down. Number 7. And we start with the purest piece of theater in the entire wellness aisle. Detox foot pads. Those adhesive patches you stick on your soles overnight that turn dark by morning and supposedly pull toxins out of your body while you sleep. Here's the reality. They are considered pseudoscience, full stop. When journalists sent pads to a lab, they found none of the heavy metals the makers claimed to extract. And they discovered the pads simply darken when exposed to moisture, like the sweat from your own feet. The FDA has even issued warnings around products in this category. What do specialists use to detox your body? Nothing. Because you already own 2 of the finest detox organs ever built: your liver and your kidneys. And they do the job for free, around the clock, no patch required. If a product promises to pull poison out through your feet, the only thing leaving your body is money. Number 6. The gadget that promises a 6-pack while you sit on the couch. Electrical muscle stimulation Abby toning belts, the ones that strap around your waist and buzz your muscles with electrical pulses, are sold on the fantasy that electricity can replace effort. To be fair, electrical muscle stimulation is genuinely real medicine. Physical therapists use it in rehab to help reactivate injured muscles. But the consumer promise that a belt will melt fat and carve abs while you do nothing has drawn regulatory attention for years over those exaggerated claims. A buzzing belt can make a muscle twitch. It cannot out-train a fork. What do trainers and physiotherapists actually rely on? The boring, undefeated combination: progressive resistance training and managing what you eat. There is no current you can plug in that beats it. Number 5. The bathroom scale that claims to know your body fat. The smart scale with bioimpedance. You step on, it sends a tiny electrical current up through your feet, and out pops a confident body fat percentage. The trouble is, that number is mostly a guess. The readings swing with how hydrated you are, when you last ate, even the time of day. Studies comparing them against the gold standard have found them off by several pounds of fat in either direction. Drink a glass of water and your body fat changes. So what do specialists use when they need a real body composition number? A DEXA scan, the same X-ray-based technology used in clinical research, unaffected by hydration. And if you would rather not pay for that, track your weight trend over a few weeks and measure your waist with a tape. Both tell you more truth than the dancing percentage on that scale. Number 4 is the number that quietly sabotages more diets than any other: the calorie burn count on your fitness tracker. That triumphant, "You burned 600 calories after a workout?" A landmark Stanford study tested 7 major trackers and found that even the best one was off by about 27%, and the worst missed by 93%. Tellingly, those same devices measured heart rate quite accurately, within roughly 5%. So the watch is excellent at your pulse and terrible at your calories. And the damage is real. People earn back a workout that never happened with a snack that very much does. What do dietitians and researchers actually trust? Not the burn number. They track what goes in, and they watch the trend on the scale over time. The tracker is a fine motivator to move more. It is a terrible accountant. Quick one before the final three, the ones that move from waistlines to genuinely serious health. Drop a comment with the health gadget you own that you are now side-eyeing. Be honest. Okay, the important part. Number 3, the gadget that can actually make your health worse while promising to improve it. The premium sleep and recovery tracker. The rings and bands that hand you a nightly sleep score or recovery percentage and rank how rested you supposedly are. Here is the catch. These devices are not regulated as medical tools, and their ability to tell light sleep from deep sleep and REM is an estimate, not a true measurement. Sleep doctors even have a name for what happens when people get obsessed chasing a perfect score. Orthosomnia, where the anxiety about the data actively wrecks the sleep itself. What do sleep specialists use when something is genuinely wrong? A real sleep study where your brain waves and breathing are measured directly, the actual gold standard, not a wrist estimate. Use the tracker as a loose mirror of your habits if you enjoy it. Just do not let a made-up number convince a perfectly healthy sleeper that they are broken. Number 2, the feature people trust with their breathing, and shouldn't, at least not the way they think. The blood oxygen reading, SpO2, on a consumer smartwatch. It feels medical, that little percentage, and during the respiratory scares of recent years, people leaned on it hard. But a wrist-based consumer SpO2 sensor is not a medical-grade device, and importantly, the FDA has flagged that pulse oximeters in general can read less accurately on people with darker skin tones, which is a serious limitation when you are making decisions about something as critical as oxygen. What do clinicians use? Medical-grade oximeters, and even then they never use that number in isolation. They always consider how the patient actually looks and feels. The smartwatch number is a casual curiosity. If you ever truly cannot breathe, you do not check your wrist and wait. You seek care. Treat that reading as a rough hint, never a verdict. And number 1 is the most dangerous gadget on this entire list, precisely because it looks the most harmless. The smartwatch, ring, or app that claims to measure your blood pressure without a cuff. Blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. You cannot feel when it's high, which means you are completely dependent on the number being right. And here is what the top heart authorities concluded just recently. Cuffless devices, the watches, the rings. The fingertip and phone-based ones are not yet accurate enough to diagnose or manage high blood pressure, with independent testing catching them off by as much as 15 points. Think about what that error does. A person with dangerously high blood pressure glances at a falsely normal reading on their watch, feels reassured, and skips the doctor. That isn't just a gadget failing, that's a gadget actively hiding a threat. So what do cardiologists use and tell their own patients to use? A validated automatic upper arm cuff, the specific kind that has passed independent accuracy testing, used while seated and still. It costs a fraction of a flagship smartwatch, and it tells you the truth. On the one number you genuinely cannot afford to get wrong, smart shoppers don't gamble on convenience. They use the cuff the specialists trust. So there's the whole picture. The health tech industry is brilliant at one thing above all else: making a guess look like a measurement. A confident number on a glowing screen feels like science. even when it has never been proven against the real thing. The Smart Shopper isn't anti-technology. These gadgets are genuinely great for nudging you to move, to notice patterns, to care about your health. The line is just simple. Trust them for trends, never for diagnosis. And on anything that truly matters, like your blood pressure, your breathing, or your sleep, reach for what the specialists actually use, not what an ad told you to buy. Drop your thoughts below and tell me which gadget you are rethinking tonight.